if you're at that stage where you're regretting the foods that you put in your mouth, if you're regretting the fact that you don't have that glowing skin, or that you just don't have the energy, you just feel sluggish, especially after a meal, or just the way you used to fit in your clothes but now you don't. Well, if you want to make a change, then watch this video before making another unhealthy choice in your foods. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm sure this is probably at the stages where you may want to make a change now. Well, if your goal is to lose weight, then you can still do it, and this is the start right now, today, at this video. If you are at that point where you need to make a change in your life, in your health, in your body and well-being, watch this video. Now, the first thing I'm going to help you is, before trying to do everything at once, trying to go all out to the supermarket, flood your cabinets with all healthy foods, before you go all out, do this one thing first. The first thing you should do is start small. And I mean by making small changes that you can easily do for yourself. Like, okay, instead of the white sugars, brown sugars. Instead of the flours, eliminate that. Making little steps will make a big difference later on. First, you're trying to eliminate sugars in your diet. All of these extra sweeteners, the cravings for sugar, you're trying to get rid of those thoughts and those feelings. So you have to make changes in moderation and slowly. Sometimes to get on the healthy lifestyle, it takes time. It takes a lot of mental stimulating. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have those, which is why I had my one-day cheat day, so that I can still feel like I'm normal. But if you are really trying to get your mind ready, you really have to know your limitations. You really have to know what works for you. If your body is healthy and you don't have any ailments, don't have any medical issues, then I'm going to start with you guys first. The first small move you can make is adding Bragg's apple cider vinegar to your daily, everyday food choices. Now, this is a concoction that you take 3 times a day, along with your meals, right before your meals actually. And what this does is, in the morning on an empty stomach, it jumpstarts your immune system, it jumpstarts your metabolism, it jumpstarts your intestines, it starts your body off right. It starts to eliminate all of the extra stuff you may have from the night before that's in your intestines. It helps to detox your body. So you can start small with that first change, and that's what I did. When I decided mentally that I was really going to make a commitment to this, I did my research. And one thing I found was the Bragg's, and I needed something natural. That's what I'm trying to do all around, is do a healthy living lifestyle on natural foods. Now, I started with the Bragg's, and I implemented that in my everyday, daily day. Now, that meant 3 times a day. Now, I know it doesn't taste good. I've heard all of your comments, and I know for myself, it does not taste good at all. So you just got to get your mind ready. That's where it starts, in your head. So make that small change of the way in which you think, what it is your goals are, and you know now what the steps are that you got to start with, the changes you have to make, and that's with your diet. That's with whatever it is that you're putting in your mouth. You have to start small with that. Another way that you can actually start small is start eliminating the things that are harmful for you. The things that will, cause your body to work harder to break down. And the first thing you can do is try to eliminate red meats out of your diet. Yes, red meats. Red meat takes longer to break down in your body. It takes longer for your body to break it down and to eliminate it. Or should I say, your body works harder at digesting your food. That also ages you. Anything that your body got to work hard at to break it down is aging your body. You're putting in a lot of effort in aging your body. So the first thing you can do is eliminate the red meats out of your body. It's harder to break down, harder to digest, and harder to eliminate. So X-nay on the red meats. The second thing that you can do as far as making these changes to start your next step in your weight loss journey is to not give up. Okay? Now, I've heard lots of your remarks. A lot of you jumped out of the bandwagon and is just doing your own thing, eating your own thing, and you bump into another encouraging video and now you want to start again. As long as you start again, you're still in the journey. You're still in the race. But if you just gave up completely and now you turn back to your old wicked ways, okay, those are the ones that I'm talking to. You guys, do not give up. Even when you finally get to a point in your body where you're trying to lose the weight and you do not see any weight coming off, don't give up. All right, you may have to do little things to trick your body into getting rid of that, boosting up your metabolism. You may have to do certain things to jumpstart your body even more, especially once you've started losing the weight and you've plateaued to a point in time in your journey where it's not budging. Okay, don't get frustrated, don't get discouraged, don't give up. Keep trying. Try to do other things to boost your metabolism, rev your body up a little bit more so that you can get over that plateau. But whatever it is, you got to go through it. You cannot give up. You cannot go around. You cannot go under, and you can't go over. You have to go through it. So stick to it. Mentally, continue on your rags, and mentally just keep focusing on your eating habits, what it is that you're putting into your body, and drink plenty of water. Okay, and just continue on your journey. Don't get frustrated and start worrying and thinking about the scale, thinking about the process, thinking about somebody else, or even comparing your journey with another person. Don't give up. You will get past that. We've all been there. Okay, we've all been there. Another thing that I can suggest to you is have realistic goals. Be realistic about the food habits that need to go. Now, we've all been there. We all have our little twerks, our little things and cravings and habits that we end up having with eating. So I made them into more healthier choices. Now, if I'm making a chicken, veggies, rice meal, well, the rice, instead of white rice, I might tweak to brown rice. Or instead of rice, I may do maybe cauliflower. And steamed cauliflower can substitute for rice, okay? What I normally do is I chop the spears down, chop them up into, mince them up. And then with my meal, with my chicken or my fish, I would have my plate, a nice portion of cauliflower, and it's going to look like rice. And I usually just drizzle my gravy right over that, and may even have an extra side of another vegetable. So these are ways that you can tweak your regular meals into more of a healthier meal. Say potatoes. If you like potatoes, I love me some potatoes, especially a good baked potato. Well, you can have a good baked sweet potato. And you make it the same way as your regular potato. You can pop that in the microwave or pop that in the oven, and you bake it the same way. Split that open. Put your light, low-fat butter or drizzle a little butter on it, and voila, you have it right there, a baked potato. So there's ways that you can make and substitute certain things in your meal to make it more healthier. And that's what I mean by tweaking your meals. So you can eat a regular meal, but you just have to be very mindful of how that meal is first cooked. Eliminate the fried stuff completely. Forget all the saturated fats, all of that. Leave those alone. No fried foods, okay? So as long as your meals, your regular meals, and even if you do have like a fried piece of fish, the rest of your meal should be healthier. It should be saturated with lots of steamed vegetables or even a salad. So there's lots of ways that you can still eat regular foods, but you have to tweak them. And you have to be mindful of how they're being prepared, because that also causes extra, whether it's a lot of sodium in that food, or sodium in the seasonings that you're preparing it with, or just by the cooking oils that you're using. So these are things you got to stay mindful of by making these small changes into your everyday daily food choices. Well, the same thing goes for making your regular meals healthier. One hack and one trick that you can do to keep yourself from overeating, especially now, this is the season, you had the Christmas, you had the Thanksgiving, and now you're getting ready to have New Year's. Well, usually this is when everybody's on a high and they're partying, they're eating, they're drinking, they're doing everything, they're doing the most. Well, to keep you on your focus as far as your meals, instead of overeating, what you can do, if you know you're going to dinner, to keep yourself from overeating is to maybe during the day before you go out, is to have smoothies. Have your smoothie for breakfast. And also, if you want to snack throughout the day, you can snack on healthy stuff throughout the day. You can snack on fruit salads, whatever it is that is healthy right before you go out to eat. All right. This way you're not overeating, you're controlling your portions, but at the same time, you're not hungry. So you can have a meal, okay, and even take a portion of that meal back home for another day. So these are great ways that you can keep yourself from overeating when you know you're getting ready to go into a situation where they may have a buffet spread out, family and friends are over, but you can still stay focused and enjoy yourself with the foods that you do get from your friends, but in moderation and small portions. But for the most part, you've already eaten. You've had your healthy snacks. You've had your protein shakes or your smoothies, so you are good to go. Now, another thing that you can do, and what's worked for me in my weight loss journey, is I got rid of all of my unhealthy snacks. Yes, you have to do that. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be your regular foods in the cabinet. If you know you got sugar cereals sitting up there, throw them out. Give them to the kids. If you know that you have salted nuts in the house, give them to the kids. If you know you got all this fruit sweeteners and all sorts of stuff in your house, that's not good. You're gonna have to get rid of that. So you're gonna have to make changes. I wouldn't say throw them out. Maybe you can donate them to somebody, give them to the children, but do not have those things. If you know that those things are the reasons for you gaining the weight, do not eat them. When you're craving late nights, you're up late, you're watching TV, and all of a sudden here comes that infomercial or that food commercial that all of a sudden it woke up your appetite and you're hungry.
You're in trouble.
Okay, that's been my situation plenty of times when I started my journey. I had to then start to keep healthy snacks in my room, in my vehicle, at my job, whatever it was, whether it be yogurt, whether it be raw nuts, even a trail mix of raw nuts with a little bit of raisins. Those are the things that I snacked on those wee hours or those late nights, or whenever I needed to keep my energy up or just needed not to get too hungry. You need to change to your snacks. I'm telling you, when I had that sugar craving and those cakes was in the house, they would call me out of my bed. I'm all the way on the second floor, but I would hear them calling me from the kitchen. And I gotta get up. I had to get up and I had to have my cake or whatever it was that was calling me. So do not buy those things. They will know your name in the middle of the night. That's the worst time to eat as well. So try to keep healthy snacks in your house. And I mean everywhere. I don't mean in the bathroom, but I mean by your bed, you know, in your vehicle when you're driving and you just need that extra thing to pop in your mouth, or at the job. But you gotta get rid of all of those chips and cookies and cakes and ice cream and all of it.
Got to go.
Now, for those of you like myself who like to eat out, and I mean, I have to really, stop doing that so much because these days foods are just not prepared naturally anymore. So you have to make better and smarter choices when you do go out, okay? You're on a weight loss journey. So that doesn't mean because you're going to a restaurant now all of a sudden,
hey, turn up.
No turning up. You're going to have to continue that mentality that you are watching your weight. You're watching the foods that you put inside of your body. So you can still go out, but you have to make smarter choices. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to have that pina colada with the liqueur in it. All that nice sweet drinks and sweet juices and sodas that we have when we go out.
No.
X-nay on that. If you can't have water, lemon water, maybe seltzer, I wouldn't recommend you ordering those big, thick, heavy liquors and drinks, sodas full of sugar, okay? Now, as far as the appetizers and stuff, you got to be very careful with those too. A lot of them are deeply fried, high in fat, so you're going to have to be very smart at what you have when you go out. As far as your regular meals, you can whip a salad, get like a chef salad, a Caesar salad, put some broiled meat on the side, but you have to learn how to order smart. If you're really serious about making healthier changes, this got to start with your mind. It's not about being on a diet. It's about changing your lifestyle. So that is why I say you have to stay mindful at all times because temptation is
everywhere.
So I suggest to eliminate all of those problems when you're eating out, cook at home. Sometimes it's not that practical as far as time-wise, but that's your best bet. At least you know what it is you're putting into your own body. Another tip I can suggest for you guys, pack a snack for those late nights. For those of you who work late at night and maybe even work overnight, that is like the hardest time to really be on a weight loss journey, okay? Your body is not used to certain things, and even if you're used to being up late at night, you're gonna get those hunger spurts, okay? You're gonna get hungry, and that's the time where your mind is up and you're doing stuff. You're bored, you may want to eat. That is not a good time. So your best thing is to pack your meals and bring it with you. Try not to have an empty lunchbox going to work, because then you're going to be thinking about that vending machine,
The pizzeria down the street. Oh wow, wait a minute, this Taco Bell up the street. Oh, Mickey D's is having a sale. They're having a special. Ooh, Popeyes, yes. Burger King got that 2 for $10.
You're going to be thinking of everything that is not good. So your best thing is to pack your meals and snacks and bring it with you for those overnight jobs and those late hour jobs. This way you can, or if you go to work, if you're working late, your best thing is to eat before you go to work. And then throughout the night, you can have healthy snacks, whether it be nuts, whether it be yogurt, whether it be granola bars, but try to always pack healthy snack choices so you don't go to that vending machine and start buying and ordering chips because that's the only thing left in the machine. Don't leave yourself out there like that, okay? Pack your meals with you if you are working late or working overnight jobs. Wow, you guys. Now, I know you've heard of this one. I just love me some exercise. No, that's a lie. You know I hate to exercise, but anybody at any weight can do this one. And that's just simply walking. All right? Walk for 30 minutes every day. And if you could do it more than 30 minutes, you can do, maybe break it up in increments. Maybe do a morning walk. Then maybe do a walk after you eat your lunch. Then in the evening time after dinner, you could do a nice little stroll. The more the better, but if all you can do is 30 minutes a day, start with that. It gets the body moving, it gets the blood circulating, it gets the muscles lubed and the joints moving, and you're not aching and paining and feeling all old and broken up by not moving. So you have to move. You have to move your body. You got to get those muscles and those joints and everything moving. So start with a walk. And if you could do more, then do more, okay? Me, mentally, it was just hard, just the thought of exercise. So a walk is something that you can casually do. Even as you're doing your housework, that's exercise, okay? Running up and down them steps, that's exercise. Even if it's to walk up and down your steps a few times, that's exercise. So start small. No need to start with a big gym membership and you know you're not gonna be there. I think I'm preaching to myself. Next, my next advice to you would be
Stash your snacks.
yes, stash your snacks. And I'm telling all of you old adults, do the same thing. Stash your snacks, especially when you have a family with children. Okay, especially like in my household, I got vultures. I don't have kids. I have vultures. They love to eat. So for me to have my favorite treats and my healthy snacks, I gotta stash it even from them. But the best thing you can do for yourself is to stash them so that when you do get those late night cravings or those hungry feelings, you have your snacks. So stash them in your nightstand. Stash them in your car. Stash them in your desk at work so your coworkers don't get them either. But stash your snacks. You're gonna need them for those times when you just need that little extra to get over that hungry feeling, or right before you know you're gonna be eating lunch in maybe another 2 hours, but your stomach is grumbling now. Grab those nuts, girl. Grab them nuts, grab the yogurt, and have a snack. This way, when it's time to eat, you have more control over your portions. Now, another thing that has been working for me is portion control. Now, you've heard me mention this in so many of my videos. My portions are still small. Now, what I did to get to that mindset of having small portions to the point now where I can't eat past those small portions is you have to start training yourself to eating less. Now it's gonna take some time, so don't get frustrated on certain days when you do have that hunger spurt. You may want to eat a little more. It's okay. Do that. Whenever you feel the urge to eat more until you're satisfied, not full. Now, that's another thing that I've been doing to get my mindset into that thinking of eating smaller is to portion control, which is At every time of before I got to the small eating, in my meals, I would only put a small portion on my plate. Or I will only eat until I was satisfied. Anything else left on my plate, that's leftovers. That's for another meal. So now, even when I go out, I don't sit there with this humongous plate and try to figure out how to eat it all in one sitting. I eat and I enjoy my meal. Then I relax if I'm out in a restaurant, and I'll maybe have my little, healthy drink or whatever the case is, talk, socialize. But if my body is finished eating, that gets packed up and go home with me. Or if I'm at home, I put more on my plate than I can eat, I will pack that away for another day. This way you save money and you also train yourself to eating less. Do this over a period of time and you're going to notice your appetites are going to get smaller. If you're eating smaller, you're going to lose more weight. Okay, you will lose the weight, and it's going to get to the point where you then now, after you've mentally got your mind into doing this over a period of time, you won't even be able to go to an all-you-can-eat buffet. It is no fun when you cannot eat all you can want to eat. Me going to an all-you-can-eat buffet now is no fun, because I can't eat but so much. So it's a waste of my time and money. Now, this one I've heard so many of you talking about. Now, you wonder why you're not losing the weight. You ask me questions as far as how to mix this Bragg's apple cider vinegar. Some of you have put in all sorts of craziness in there. Everything and the kitchen sink. Now, it's okay if you want to put some cayenne pepper in it. Maybe a little raw honey. I wouldn't even recommend sweetening it, but for those of you who really have a hard time getting past that harsh, tart taste, alright, a little honey is okay. But let's not get crazy and start asking about, instead of water, can I use grapefruit juice or apple juice or all sorts of stuff? No. If you want to create your own concoction, then you can do that. But if you're trying to go according to what I've given you as a foundation that has worked for me, then please do not ask me questions about adding in all this extra stuff, because I did not do that. So I really cannot give you my complete honest opinion on if that's going to make you lose the weight like it made me lose the weight. I cannot answer those questions. So be mindful and take responsibilities for your actions. If you know that you're going to be tweaking things to the point where you're putting everything in a drink, a concoction that's supposed to help you to lose the weight, but now you got it so packed with all this extra stuff, all this sugar, all of this juices and this stuff, it's not going to give you the same results. So just know that much. Less is better. Right now you're trying to lose weight, not put more weight on you by putting it in the things that you're drinking or eating. So you have to take responsibility for yourself. Now, questions I've gotten from you guys asking me, oh, I just saw your video and I'm so excited, I'm ready to start. I hope this will work for me. Or basically, well, how much weight will this help me to lose? I can't answer that. No one knows that, okay? What you need to do, first of all, is to know that this is not a 1, 2, 3 type of diet. This is a slow motion type of thing, which helps you to think more of eating healthier. That's where you're trying to go with being on this type of diet. This isn't a pill in a bottle that works in 10, 15, 20 days and you've lost 50 pounds. No, this is something that's going to train your mind into eating healthier for the future, not for the here and now. So you have to be mindful. You're taking your Bragg's, but you're still eating the junk. It's not going to work for you. So it all depends on what you're eating. It depends on your metabolism. It depends on how long your body's needed to be detoxed. Okay, if you haven't detoxed your body, just know it may take you longer before you see a pound drop. It depends on you. It depends on what you're feeding your body, what you have been feeding your body. But do not expect overnight results on this. It's not one of those type of things. You will see results within a week, some of you, and a lot of times that's water weight. But it all depends on your body and how bad it needs to be detoxed. That is what will show whether you are starting to lose the weight now, or it may take you a little longer before you see some weight loss. So what you got to do is just stay consistent, get off that scale, stop watching that scale, and continue on your healthy mindset, training your mind, because that's where it all starts. That will also give you the results for later on after you've reached your goal, your weight goal. that now you can maintain because you are now mentally in that mindset of making better food choices, eating more healthier meals, the preparing of it, the whole nine. So yes, remember that you cannot continue eating certain foods and expect to lose that weight. It will not happen. Now lastly, I wanted to just address that this is not one of those diet aids that you can go and work out in the gym, work out in the gym, okay, and then come back out and expect to lose weight by eating what you want. It cannot work. If you're going to be working out, don't use the exercising as an excuse to gouge out later on. You cannot binge after you've worked out and you've worked up an appetite. That's not good. So if you're planning on implementing exercise along with losing this weight, make sure you take responsibilities for your actions. Do not use the exercise as an excuse to eat more food, because you will get hungry. So there's a right and a wrong way of exercising. Before you start your exercise regimen, you should always have a pre-workout meal or smoothie. This way your body will not hold on to those unwanted calories, and you will be able to burn it because you're not starving. So you're eating something to your working out. Then after you've worked out an appetite. I'm sure you're starving by now, but the best thing you can do for yourself after a workout as well is to have a post-workout smoothie or meal. So these are healthy things that you can do to help you with your weight loss process, as well as exercising while you are losing your weight. Not to use the exercise as a crutch or a reason to binge out and overeat. If you're going to exercise, you're exercising. That's a wonderful thing. But do not use that as a way to say it's okay now that I can eat that extra piece of whatever because I worked it off. No. Okay? So do not use your exercising as a way to eat, as an excuse to overeat. My last advice would be just to keep things simple. So basically what I'm saying is that you should always keep your life simple. Keep things simple, which is the reason why I started this particular diet, the Bragg's apple cider vinegar concoction, because I didn't want to be involved in a diet plan that I had to count calories. I wanted my life to be very simple. I wanted my diet to be very simple. Something that I can eat and not have to figure out about the calories. Something that I don't have to sit and try to count anything. Just easy, regular meals, tweaked so that I can make it more healthier. All right, so that's why I say keep it simple. You don't have to go overboard. You don't have to go out and replace everything in your cabinet and freezer. It's a process. All right, so just know that your weight loss journey is a process. You're going to have some fails, you're going to have some successes, but as long as you stay on your journey, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you fell off and you come back on again. As long as you come back on, you're still on your journey. All right, so the only time you failed is when you gave up, and that's it. But I know that ain't you, right? I know that ain't you. So we're going to work on this together. I am here for you. Any questions, whatever, you know you can inbox me and I will respond. All right? So again, thank you so much for joining me on this video. And just keep in mind that this is going to be a process for you. It's going to take some time for some of you. Do not give up. The best is yet to come. All right? So I shall see you again in the next video. Hey fam, where you going? You didn't subscribe yet. Well, listen, first of all, before you go, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget also to turn on that notification bell, so this way you will not miss another one of my videos. Okay? Make sure that you hit that subscribe button, click it, and then hit that little bell and make sure that it's lit. You will miss out on so much if you don't hit that subscribe button, and also hit that bell next to it. Make sure that it's turned on, so this way when I upload another video, you will not miss it at all, okay? You will be the first to know. So don't forget, give me those likes, thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button along with the bell at the bottom, and you will always know when I upload another one of these videos, okay? So, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!